Welcome to Marital Heat. I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
Doug has lost his mind. He thinks he's an alligator.
I don't think I'm an alligator,
You
but
want
we have alligator-related news today.
Yeah, okay. But here's the thing. All right, well, we should probably introduce
All right,
ourselves
we'll
and get to
introduce
the
ourselves.
alligator news. Okay, I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
We are married, but
Not together. No, wait.
no, we're
We
married.
are. Oh, we are married to each other.
But we
That's
don't
right.
hate each other. Is kind of
No.
the point.
Oh, okay. Not all the
And
time.
that's like kind of the thing. Like, we'll have to talk about that. But we're married. We do not hate each other. We have a live and interactive podcast every night. That means if you're watching us, you can be a part of the podcast. I don't know how it works on Twitter, but on Facebook and YouTube, if you comment, we can pull your comment up on screen. Instagram, we can see your comment. We can see you.
We'll talk
get
about
put
your
up on
comment.
screen. But so the best
We know
places-
you're there.
The best places to currently watch us are probably YouTube and Facebook. But wherever you are, we're just glad you're here. And we hope to, I don't know, maybe like
Enlighten you.
I don't know that we want to enlighten anybody.
Introduce you to our brand of nonsense.
Yeah, enjoy our nonsense. Maybe think a little, join the community, be a part of it, make some friends. Because the people that fucking come to our podcast, we call them the haters and the master haters. After you come a long time, you make friends with the other people, you become a master hater. But if you've never been here before, you're still a baby hater. It's
It's
okay.
like a little tiny.
Little baby
You're like
hater.
running across the street.
But we love you, even if you're a hater. Even if you're watching this, so you can like take notes and be like, I hate them for this
Yeah,
reason.
you could be just a hater, and
God,
then
I hate that
some
woman.
of the funnest things. Part of this podcast is getting hate mail from Quakers.
It's actually our favorite thing.
We got hate mail from
I
Quakers.
look like a Courtney Love and not in a good,
Not in a good
way,
way.
and I do not let you get a word in edgewise.
That's right, and it's
Because I'm baked most of the time,
It's a
and it
waste,
makes me chatty, and I'm chatty to begin with, and I have fucking EDD. Go ahead, what?
and it's a waste of precious time.
A waste of precious time. That's right. That's what you.
I'm logging off.
Dude, I introduce people. She told us.
she
was
did.
logging
She
off.
was logging off.
I have to say, oh, the house is open. I don't know if you want any lizards running inside.
Sorry,
Sure.
what
We
you were
like
gonna say?
lizards.
You were gonna
The
say.
kids get excited when we have lizards in the house, and they're coming tomorrow. So, I think like everybody has to do what works for them, and for us, being ridiculous, and
well, I
talking
don't have a
about stuff-
choice
What do you mean you
because
don't
you're
have a
going to be
choice?
ridiculous.
Doesn't mean you have to join. You're
regardless.
autonomous. You get to be by yourself.
I'm autonomous.
You are. Do you know what that means?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, I know what it means. Art school.
you went to art school and
know.
dropped out. I have a degree in economics. I graduated with honors in 3 years while raising 4 children.
So you know numbers, right? Numbers fluctuate.
Common sense.
So basically, you know nothing.
Do you know that 85% of CEOs were economics undergraduates?
They okay.
Okay. I am the CEO of nothing because I do nothing. So we're just really glad that you guys are here. We hope you'll join the conversation. We've got a bunch of different stuff we want to talk about. So one thing I want to talk about is the name of our podcast. So
Yes,
it's
a
called-
misnomer.
So it's called Marital Hate, and people will like look at us like Marital Hate, like what's that? Isn't that like? And it's been particularly a topic betwixt us and our newfound church friends, church/cult. It's not really a cult. But
I wasn't going to tell any of them what the name of the thing because I don't want them looking it up.
I have told them
They're
not
watching
to. If
this
they choose to, they're
nonsense.
like Eve eating that fucking apple. So our
That was good. That was a Bible reference about a church.
kind of with the F word in the middle. So we just recently started going to Center for Spiritual Living.
It's a center, not a church.
Yeah, but it's like you go
It's a center.
you meditate, you go to services, whatever. And so it's just been really great. Like the nicest people, you'll never feel as welcome in your life as you feel when you walk through these doors. The nicest people you'll ever meet. And so we go to services on Sunday, and I go to the midweek tune up on Wednesday. Who knows what else we're gonna do? But they actually study the science of mind, and they talk a lot about energy. And so when we say something like our podcast is called Marital Hate, they're like, oh my God, you don't
Ooh.
want to put that into the universe. And I can see it, right? Because like I don't like
Well,
the
we have
word
not
hate.
broken up any marriages in the almost
but-
a year
but
that
so
we've
their
been doing.
point
it.
is like you don't want to put hate into the
No,
universe.
indeed, and we've talked about that
but-
even before that.
So, but here's the thing that's interesting about it: we don't hate each other, and our marriage is somebody is smoking some weed, and it ain't me. Mama took an edible. If you want to smoke weed with us, that
No,
would be
no.
cool.
We just leave them where they are.
Okay, well, because when I smoke weed, I cough and pee.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and I don't want to be cleaning.
Doesn't
that up.
have, well,
I don't want to be taking this podcast over solo, because then it's just like
Because you'll be talking
an
about
old white
turtles.
guy talking about how he hates being married.
Do you really hate being married?
No, I do not.
All right. So the point is that actually, I think that since doing the podcast, our communication has improved in our marriage.
Yeah,
We
I
talk
would
about
say,
it
yeah,
because
sure,
we were
sure.
forced to talk, and
We're forced to talk.
and it's funny because like there's certainly things that we challenge,
talking to
we
you, crazy
struggle
bitch.
with as both individually and as couples, and a lot of times we hatch them out on the air. We try to keep it as real as
called a
humanly
hash out.
possible.
Call the hash out.
It's a hash out.
I call it a hash out.
He's a hash out. So so I can see that from that perspective, but to us, marital hate, it's about when we were playing video games.
It came from
together.
somewhere really, really funny.
It's really positive. It's really funny, and it's not. But I can see how it might seem negative to someone else. But if you know us, you know, for us, it's actually funny. Like we think it's hilarious. And as a matter of fact, I'm explaining. By the way, we have this like wonderful midweek group, of people that come together to discuss spirituality,
issues of the day.
And I was explaining to them that like we joke about everything because humor is our coping mechanism. Yeah. And so of course I was saying, humor is our coping mechanism. I joke about stuff that I should not joke about, like being molested as a child. Like clearly
it's not that funny.
It's not fun. It's not, but it is.
But it's absurd.
Like it's absurd. Like the absurdity of the fact that someone would do something. Like if I sit there and think about like, this happened to me, it changed who I was forever. The person that did it to me probably had some similar experience in their life, and that's why they did it.
And they told.
Then I think about the fact that when I told people, when I told my mother, she told me I was just a slut and I was asking for it at 10 years old. And then I told a relative later, and her, as an adult, I told her, and she said, you should have told me this when you lived at my house, because I had been removed by the state to go live there. Not so long after my mom called me a slut, but that's a whole other thing. So for me, it's like, okay.
So wait, you're not a slut?
I mean,
I'm just trying to follow the story.
Like, well, first of all, I was a virgin when we met, despite the fact that I had 4 children.
Yeah. It was immaculate.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm a slut, but I'll let you know if that changes. But the point is I can get dwelled into that negativity and go down the rabbit hole. Right. But I'm going to choose to like, okay, this happened to me and it's fucking absurd and terrible fucking things happen. And I'm not going to let it get to me. And the way I choose to do that is not to sit on a couch and whine about it. Although I've spent a whole lot of time in therapy. You may notice it when you hear me talk sometimes, because I sound like a therapist who says fuck. And loves cock. But at the end of the day, I'm just a person being my best. Right. And
trying to encourage other people.
Finding the silver lining in every situation is just how I choose to roll. And if finding the silver lining in being molested as a child makes me tell sick and twisted jokes that I can laugh at, and other people, like, if you're not in that place where you can like say like, this is just terrible. Yeah. Like the more something is horrifying, the more we joke about it around here. We joke about Doug's dead parents all the time, like on a daily.
I don't think it's very funny, but she thinks it's a riot. So
you don't think it's funny?
Well, no, I don't think it's funny.
Do you want me to talk
when you tell me that my dead parents died because they didn't want to be around me anymore? That's terrible.
Wait, do you really? Does it upset you? Because if it upsets you, I won't say it.
Sometimes it upsets me, but then other times it's funny.
So it just depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Does it depend on the day or the delivery?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with like they would be in their 90s now, and they probably would be dead anyway.
People live a long time.
They could still be alive,
but maybe they're okay. So here we go down the rabbit hole. But
if they invented Peloton 30 years earlier,
I believe.
Thanks, Peloton.
I believe that your parents are still
energetically,
like they're with you energetically, or maybe they've been brought back to Earth. Maybe they're watching over us. Maybe they're one of the many lizards that we found in the house. I don't fucking know, but I don't think that anything ever really dies. I
kind of agree with that. Yeah, I think that it goes somewhere. I don't know what. I don't think it's some cloud with a pearly gate.
So I'm going to be respectful for a moment. It's going to be a challenge.
All right, here we go.
But your late parents.
Yes.
What do you think
they would think of this podcast?
Oh, I wasn't going to ask that because I figure I would have to say to them, please do not watch the podcast. But what do you think they would think of like you, your life, your wife? And okay, you can tell me what they think about the podcast, but I would be begging them not to watch the podcast. I would be, please do not watch the podcast. My grandmother Lucy could watch the podcast though.
Okay, because you had a unique relationship.
Yeah, we're tight. We were very tight. I was very honest with her. I was able to be myself with her.
Well,
and that's
I don't,
what
you know,
made her
well,
awesome.
one of my dad's key phrases was did not want to be a he always told us not to be a clod all your life. And I don't believe that I am a clod by doing this podcast.
I think you might be a clod by doing this podcast by definition, but okay.
Sorry. So no, I think my dad probably would have surprised you by ordering a set of Woolies and stuck them in his hair and come over at some
I fucking
point.
love that.
That would have probably happened.
I fucking love that. These are Woolies. These things right here. This isn't my hair. This is my real hair. Sorry. This is my real hair. These are wool.
Yeah. See, much like my toupee is not my hair.
You're very handsome.
Thank you.
When the ladies in the
that's
church
what I
told me
hear.
that my husband was very handsome today.
You look like George
I
Clooney.
couldn't wait to come home and tell him. So let's talk about Trace says, I'm here. Hi, peeps. That's Trace.
Master.
Tracy is one of the master haters. And she is she's I don't even know how to describe it. She's just
a miracle.
One of the most amazing parts.
She's a miracle
of
the baby Jesus.
We're so grateful for her. Tracy has been she and her wife have been together since they were 14 and 16 years old.
And that's wrong.
So, he's kidding. He's kidding. We were like always joking.
Very, very wrong.
As a matter of fact, she you texted. So we have a family a family group chat.
We were talking about the church.
Well, we were talking about different things, and I said, this time tomorrow you'll be like, oh my God, she's making us listen to Muck Sticky again, because I'm going to pick the boys up from the airport while Doug finishes working. Tell them about their thing, and I keep calling the church a church cult because it's not a cult. It's not, but like it's
not a cult.
When you look up something that's called the Center for Spiritual Living, and they have all these classes, you think you're joining fucking Scientology. It's not Scientology. It's not a cult.
It's a philosophy, kind of.
It's just,
right?
It's like be whatever religion you want to be, but we're all like, energy. Our mind is incredibly powerful. We're all energy, and let's think about the impact we have on the world around us. But that's not the official whatever, but that's the vibe you get. So Doug comments to the family chat.
Yeah.
Gay son in the chat. Gay son Nolan, in case y'all have missed, Nolan's gay. And he says they want to make a prayer circle around Nolan to see if he will burst into flames. And I said, LOL, there's a fuckload of gay men in our church cult. I realize that fuckload and gay men are in the same sentence, seems redundant, but you get my point. So Nolan thought that was very funny. And the moral of the story is we're excited because we're always looking for different stuff to do with the boys. This is a different experience. Hopefully they enjoy it. Nolan was really excited about it. I know Nolan's been searching for something spiritually for quite some time, and finding it as like a church home for a young gay man, it can be a challenge. And maybe he likes it. Maybe he joins a center back home. Maybe he just can't wait to come down here. Maybe he bursts into flames. We don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. You're more likely to burst into flames than him. Possible. Tracy says, per science, energy does not die. So I agree with you. Yay. And she is laughing her ass off. I don't know what you're laughing about.
When I told her she was very, very wrong.
We're trying to pray away your day.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And if you're, by the way, if you're new here and you want to bring hate toward anyone, that is the one thing we will kick you out.
That's the one thing we don't joke about is hate.
Well, it's weird. Like, because we had somebody come on that was a fucking racist, and it took us a little while to catch up with the racist.
Did you really say that? And then she doubled down on it, and then tripled down on it, and came back the next night.
No, and she like quadrupled down it. So we were finally like, we're gonna have to block you for the podcast.
We're sorry, but
I unfollowed you.
Yeah.
And then we had a homophobic guy comment on my wall, and I just deleted that shit. That guy's an asshole. Tracy says, and I am a. Well, you didn't read the last one. Oh, sorry. The septic is completed, so people have missed their window for spiritual burials in my front yard.
No more.
We were planning on hiding bodies under Tracy's septic for those of you who need to dispose of a body, but it's been sealed up. But Tracy, you have a background in forensics.
Yeah, you can pop that thing.
You can still hide bodies for people. Get some lime to fertilize your lawn. Dig some holes, for garden beds, and you put some ex-husbands in there.
Here's the difference between where Tracy lives in Barbecue Chip, Georgia, and up north. They usually put the septics in the backyard up north.
I'd rather have a septic in my front yard.
Why?
Because it's underground.
Yeah.
And most
It's
people
closer to the equipment if you need
most people don't use their front yard, but
That's
people
right.
use their
that's right.
backyard.
Use the backyard. You don't want that.
As a matter of
You
fact,
don't
at
want
my
poop bubbling
grandparents'
up.
house, when they would have parties, you would have to park like in various places. There was not a ton of room in the driveway, and so you couldn't park on the leaching fields.
Yeah, you don't want to park in the leach field.
And then Tracy says, and I am a fucking delight. You are a fucking delight.
Mm.
Some of us are more delightful than others. I gotta tell you, last night we had 118 viewers. We are still fucking losing our minds. Tonight we have 15. We're happy with 15.
We're not sure what happened last
118.
night. But we brought a good podcast last night. I'll tell you that much.
So because like we feed off of the energy of the people. So when people comment, 14 of you that are not saying shit. When you comment,
shit sayers.
You have any topic you want to bring up? If you don't want people to know you watch this podcast, that I can understand.
Right. Yeah, you could go under an assumed name.
Email us privately at maritalhate@gmail.com.
Get a burner account.
We also accept dick pics. You can send badge pics, whatever you want. We love it.
I don't check the account, so
Doug doesn't even know the email address.
I don't even. I'm sure it's the same password we use for everything else.
So there's this Lehigh guy.
There's a Lehigh guy.
And apparently he
is this a news item or is this somebody you know?
Okay. No, somebody I know. I don't know what I know Tony from Lehigh. That's about it.
Somebody else we know is from Lehigh, lives in Lehigh. Brooke Ann.
We love Brooke. She's awesome. So this is okay. I don't even know what to say because I was pulling up about the this other story. I searched Lehigh cat, and apparently there's a lot of cat shit going on in Lehigh.
Well, that story, there's a song about that story.
Cat shit in Lehigh?
Cat shot in Lehigh with a pellet gun.
Story and a bunch of news. But anyway, a Wink News report. This was from March 5th. He's telling us where the person with a pellet gun is terrorizing many cats in Lehigh Acres neighborhood. Fernando Prieto, the man who found these cats, he's working with Lee County Sheriff's Office and Lee County Domestic Animal Services, is determined to put a stop to what he's calling cruel and heartless. I think
not good.
And he said what he's seen the past few months has terrified him. So shout out to Prieto for trying to help the cats. We found a very scared cat. We weren't exactly sure what was going on. It was dragging its legs. They brought the cat to the vet to be examined, and they revealed something more sinister than they actually thought. They did find 2 pellets in the cat with a very short period of time. The tissue of the rear leg began to necrotize. It began to rot quickly as if there were venom from a snake bite. We think the pellets from someone that's shooting them.
It's a snake with a pellet gun.
Well, you want to fuck somebody up, just roll the fucking pellets in something before you fucking launch them.
That's the worst.
It's heart-wrenching. They're feral cats, and I imagine somebody doesn't want cats on their lawn and they're shooting them as a result, and maybe that's just not the thing to do. I don't agree with that, but that's not the cat story I was talking about. Now that we've been ruining our day, Catman Lehigh.
So now there's a Catman. These are 2 different stories about Lehigh cats?
Yeah. So apparently, don't get a cat if you live in Lehigh. So this guy who looks kind of like Tom Green if he's the Unabomber.
Tom Green on a fasting diet.
A Glenn White, a 59-year-old man, shot a woman he was staying with several times because she asked him to put his felines outside. She survived the shooting. She sustained 10 defects all over her body. Maybe he's the cat shooter.
We've cracked the case, folks.
I'm done shooting the cats. I'm going to shoot the ladies. Apparently, he had been evicted from his home, and the victim invited her to stay in her residence. He brought 3 cats with him to stay, and the victim brought a new cat in each day. So sorry, with the victim. So he's like, okay.
So he starts with 3.
Thank you for giving me a place to stay.
On day
now
2,
that I've been evicted,
adds another
I have
cat.
3 cats, and here's another cat, and so by the time of the altercation, he had 6 cats. Whether they were shot or not, who knows? And so she said they'd been arguing for the past few days about the cats living inside the home. She said that she was tired of the cats in the house and told White she would be putting the cats in the lanai. As a victim went to collect the cats from White's room, deputies stood in the doorway of the room. When the victim turned around, White shot her multiple times, saying, "I'm going to kill you. B star 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 star." I think that means bitch.
It probably does mean bitch.
What else could it mean? Bozo. Blondie,
bereft of charm,
Barack Obama,
ballyhoo,
Belt Midler,
buxom woman,
Beauty and the Beast,
bang bang gun,
Benihana,
bazooka gum,
Benny freaking Hanna. In any case, the victim was taken to the hospital
Black
in unknown
Widow
condition. He's been arrested and been held at Lee County bond with a $25,000 bond. What about the fucking cats? So it's probable cause to charge him with one count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and aggravated battery.
You got some agbat.
So listen, see that? See this guy?
A friend to cats, not a friend to the bitches.
I don't even know what to say about that. What I will say is that what people don't realize is that we have a colossal mental health problem in this country. And people don't get that. I mean, you're not bringing home a new cat every day if you're mentally well. Although I know some animal lovers that do just that. But like, this isn't like a situation.
I bring home a turtle every day.
Okay, please don't, because the gopher tortoises are endangered, and we will get
no. Yeah, we would get.
They will send us. We'll be in more trouble.
But I would bring home like a water turtles, put them in the pool.
Seriously, Florida cares more about you touching a fucking turtle than that guy shooting that lady, because it's Florida.
Yeah,
people shoot each other.
But this is the gem of America.
But I guess, my point that I wanted to kind of drive home is that not only do we have a massive mental health problem in this country, right? And, listen, if you took a mugshot, you probably look like that too. But we have a mental health problem in this country. And the problem is that this man is not going to get the help that he needs. He's going to be in a prison system, which is only going to make his mental health.
He valued his cats over his freedom.
I would say that he probably honored his cats over that woman. And
yeah, she was a bitch. That's why. Marital hate.
I don't think she was I don't know. She might have been a bitch. She might not have been a bitch. But the point is that, like, what are we doing to help people with their mental health issues? Giving them pills ain't working.
Maybe they should watch this show. Maybe they should watch this show and say, "Geez, I'm not so bad after all." And then they'll straighten themselves. Yeah, at least I'm not.
At least I'm not fucked up.
At least I'm not him.
I don't know. I just thought that it was like, hey, cat people, left and right. Something that is also annoying me.
I did not bring my phone out, so I didn't. I didn't go public. I have to go.
Oh, what the fuck, Doug? Maybe that's why we only have 16 people as opposed to 118 like yesterday. So apparently Garth Brooks, Garth Brooks from like Don't Tell My Heart. Oh no, that's Billy Ray. I got friends in low places. See, Doug's supposed to be here to drown out my singing because it's bad. But anyway, Garth Brooks, who used to be awesome. I personally was a fan, saw him in concert, but I feel like some of the stuff that he came out with, a lot of several celebrities came out with over the last few years regarding COVID and politics, just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I don't like that. So he has a new show that I believe he's doing with his wife called Friends in Low Places. And they're opening a bar in Nashville. And it's all about opening the bar in Nashville. And even seeing the commercial for that made me fucking mad. Because of all the terrible things that people did in the name of COVID. It's like how people actually, you're missing this. People do all kinds of terrible things in the name of religion. Yeah. Like wars and child molestation. Yeah. And I have a fucking problem with that. I have a very big fucking problem with that. And so I think that what has happened with celebrities is, they have a platform and they use it. And do they use it because they've been paid to use it, or they've been influenced to use it, or because they want to use it? Who the fuck knows? What I will tell you is that I can respect someone who has a different opinion than me, a different view of the world than I do. Obviously, I'm married to someone. We see the world totally differently.
I see it correctly. My wife sees it a little shaded. No, I'm kidding. I see it very differently.
That's the marital hate, though.
Yeah, I see it very differently.
We do see the world differently. I can respect someone who sees the world differently. What I don't respect is when people have no regard for other people's rights, for other people's freedom, for other people's. That's what I have a problem with. So while I have a tremendous amount of respect for anybody who puts their livelihood on the line to speak their truth, I don't. I'm going to make a call on it.
Okay.
And the call is going to be, I'm not interested in that. And by the way, I would feel if you agree with me or disagree with me, if you're going to try to fucking take away the rights of someone else, I'm not down with that. I just can't fucking stand Garth Brooks. He's like on my list, like Madonna's up here these days and Garth Brooks is down there. I don't want that energy.
I don't know I don't know what he said, or I don't know, but just my view on Garth Brooks is he was kind of I think his fame like kind of shot up too fast. I don't know that he's not talented, but I didn't think he was anything super special. But I think he's probably a good performer. I don't know a lot about him, but I just think he was just sort of like every man, and he's out there doing his thing. So I think I think he's probably a good example of, you give anybody enough press and advertising and marketing and push them on the radio stations, whatever, I think you can get some relatively middle of the road stuff and turn the guy into the superstar. Now, that said, he's an interesting dude. He's taken some weird risks musically and things like that. So, I don't know why I'm rambling about him.
So he played only vaccinated shows, as did the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
And I lost all respect for Dave Grohl when he did that. I lose all respect for Garth Brooks when he did that. What you choose to do with your body is your choice.
At the time.
And when we have, no, not at the time.
I will say
it's untested. We didn't know what the long-term effect was. People had to make their own decisions. Nobody had that right to make them for them. Because what about the long-term effect? You're going to, is Garth Brooks going to take,
no.
do anything to financially reimburse families who,
no.
And here's the thing that's crazy is people got vaccinated so that they could do things. This podcast is getting fucking pulled, but they got vaccinated so that they could do things like cruise,
right, or go to work, things of that nature.
Well, listen, go to work. Like people felt like they had no choice. I can understand it. I also have friends who almost lost everything because they stood by their values and they're just fucking rock stars. But to say that you're going to force that on someone else, like what do you know about their medical whatever? I just didn't support it.
Well, yeah, I see both sides of the argument. I mean, obviously well,
let me ask you this: you're a musician.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say that you have a male audience. Would it be within your right to say that they had to be circumcised to come to your concert? And also, who would check? I volunteer. What? What? What are you laughing about?
Are you going to let it? Wait, you're not letting blind meat into my concert?
What's that?
You're not letting blind meat into my concert.
I am not letting blind meat into your concert. I don't even know what that was.
Anyway, I see it both sides. In theory, right? In theory, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not dealing in theory. We're dealing in real life stuff where a vaccine didn't prevent you from spreading it, didn't prevent you from getting it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there's a bunch of data that says you won't get it as badly, or you won't.
I know. I definitely want to move on this topic because it's going to get us pulled.
But I'm saying that. But I will say it's like, hey, if these guys are trying to tour, and that's where they make their money nowadays, and I hate to think that people got vaccinated so they could go to a Foo Fighters show or a Garth Brooks show.
They actually had them available at the shows as well, depending on the
well, that's. I mean, in theory, getting everybody vaccinated was a great idea, except we're not dealing in theory. We're dealing in
reality. And the reality was that we had something that was pushed to market, and there are a lot of questions about it. And there's there was questions about the efficacy, and there's questions about the long-term effects.
Yeah, this is so getting pulled. Anyway,
moving on. Well, we just said that we didn't tell anybody what to do.
No, we're not telling anybody.
You should definitely consult the CDC or your local medical professional.
Consult your doctor
or whatever.
That's all I'm saying. Do whatever works for you, people.
Do what the government tells you.
Don't do what Garth Brooks thinks you should do. Don't do what.
Let's just change the subject. Can we just change the subject?
Don't do what I want you to do.
Do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to
be your own person.
Tell everyone what you told me today. You told me. You told me to write this down. I wrote it down for you.
I said our marriage is a complicated, layered onion.
Why?
I have no idea.
You just wanted to share that quick.
Well, it was such a good line. It was like our marriage is like an onion. It's complicated and layered.
Oh, it was right after this conversation. I'll tell you what the conversation was.
Okay, what was the conversation?
You said yesterday you said something really nice about my dick.
Oh, you did?
Saying nice things about his dick. It's the only part of him that I can consistently enjoy, which I actually said. I always say.
Wait, hang on. Oh, wait.
My exact words were, and this is why I'm a terrible wife, and Doug is more than welcome to ring the bell. I always say nice things about your dick. It's the only thing about you that I can't find fault in. Of course, I was kidding when I said that, but it's not entirely untrue.
She bought a tape measure over the weekend, like a fabric tape measure
to measure my fat.
She was measuring things, right? She was, hey, get your dick hard, and I'm gonna measure it. Or no, and she goes, no, whip your dick out, and
oh no, I told you to get it hard,
and you're like, get it out, and
I was like, are you think does that turn you on? You said yes, and I said, are you hard? Come here, let me measure your dick.
And then she said, she told me the nice thing she said was that your dick soft is bigger than most people's hard. And I
yeah, no, seriously,
nice.
We looked at the averages around the world. I pulled them up on screen for you. By the way, stay away from Alabama. Monster dongs. That's in the United States.
Oh, I didn't see the state breakdown.
Yeah.
I just saw the country and the world.
Yeah, monster dongs. I can pull it up.
Why is that? Why is like one state, like it's not like a.
Well, one thing that we have learned is that people from African nations, this is, by the way, science measured.
Congo
6.9
average.
Big old nonsense. So I think does Alabama have a large black population? Are they pulling up the average?
I don't know.
And supposedly, according to this, Mexicans also enormous. So I'm just saying, I like these people,
neither African
as
nor
friends,
Mexican,
but I'm terrified of monster dongs.
Well, that's, you know what?
And I really like yours.
You need to do some therapy for that. Like, you want to get over that?
Okay, hang on.
Like, I was told not too long ago that I should get over my my sense of being uncomfortable naked by going to a nudist outfit.
That was by me, not by a therapist. The trained therapist would tell you, "Oh, how do you feel about that?"
It's not holding me back in life.
It's
not holding me back in life.
I've been therapy my entire life, and what therapy is just somebody coaxing you to figure out your own fucking problems, and they listen, which is nice to have.
So they're coaxers.
Maybe, but you're not actually, like, they don't tell you. They're not like, okay, here's what I want you to do. By the way, there's that great show called Shrinked on Apple TV. Shrinked with Harrison Ford, Jason Segel, a bunch of other people. This hot ass chick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull her up.
You know the one I'm talking about.
So it's a great show, and Jason Segel basically has a breakthrough where he decides to tell his clients what to do and how to take action in their lives. Dude, can I be that therapist? Because that's what I would do. I would be like, this is what
you do every night on this show.
It's what I do every night. It's every minute of my life.
Don't be a pygmecia.
Shrinking. It's not called shrinked. It's called shrinking.
Kind of what I said.
I know, but I said shrink.
Shrinked.
I fucked it up, not you.
Yeah.
So
Ted McGinley's in shrinking. So that you know it's good.
Ted McGinley, former Ted or Steve on Married with Children.
No, he wasn't Steve. He was a replacement Steve.
I think he was Ted.
He might have been Ted, and he was he kind of replaced Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. Ted McGinley, and he was in Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay, can we just talk about? So this chick is in it. Her name is Jessica Williams, and she's hot. Yeah. She's an actress and writer producer who's hot. Look how beautiful this woman is. There she. Oh, she doesn't look as beautiful there. But she's a beautiful, beautiful lady. Where was she on Oscar night? She looked fantastic.
Who's that lady?
And she has that big water bottle that Doug has. And her co-star is also a very attractive woman, but she's stealing the fucking show. She's just hot ass fire. So anyway.
Well, there you go.
Jessica Williams, if you want to be a throuple, I would consider it. So she was in
Tracy says she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
And she knows how to judge a lady.
She's been in a bunch of stuff, Twilight Zone, Booksmart, nothing I've heard of. Fantastic Beasts she was in, which if you follow Harry Potter, you probably would have seen that.
I like that. We saw the first Beast movie. We saw the first two. They were actually very good. And I'm not really.
I'm going to get you to watch fucking Harry Potter one of these days. She was also in Delivery Man, and she got her origin in College Humor Original. She did two episodes, and she's done a bunch of stuff. So anyway, she's hot as fuck. And then the rest of the cast is oh geez. What are you doing?
I don't know.
So she plays Gabby in Shrinking, and there's Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford plays a psychiatrist that they all look up to, who has recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Jason Segel is a widower.
Widower, yes.
A widower whose wife passed away and left him with his teenage daughter, Lukita Maxwell. This girl is gorgeous.
She's very good at
gorgeous,
in that
but
role
she's like
too.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Like you can't think that she's like
She's not gonna be
hot,
12
but
for long.
There's Ted McGinley, and then Harrison Ford. How can you not? And Luke Tenney as Sean. He plays a fantastic role. He's a Gulf War veteran with PTSD who ends up moving into their guest house on the property.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's good in it too. Yeah.
And at one point, the daughter develops a crush on him.
Yeah.
And he sets a hard boundary, and he feels badly because she's embarrassed. And he's like, "Don't make it weird. Like we're gonna be cool now." But I do want to pull up Ted McGinley real quick.
Ted McGinley is
was in Married with Children. He was Jefferson.
Jefferson, that's right.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was in Wayne's World too. I'm gonna have to watch that.
He's in everything.
And he was in Do You Believe, which sounds like a Jesus movie to me. Do you believe?
Something
when a pastor is shaken by his visible faith of a street corner preacher, he is reminded of true belief that always requires action. His response ignites a journey that impacts everyone it touches in ways only God could orchestrate. I would watch that. I like spiritual stuff. Even there he is. Oh, Ted McGinley is the pastor talking to a street pastor. So I want to watch that. I don't know where I can watch it.
There's a holy trinity of actors: Fred Ward, William Devane, and Ted McGinley. Those are the holy trinity of actors. And Fred Ward recently passed away. He was in Tremors with Kevin Bacon, and
Fred
William
Ward's
Devane is in everything, and he is the master of the universe.
Just so you know, you can watch this. I'm going to close this window, but Do You Believe can be rent or bought on Prime Video for $3.99. See what Ted McGinley's up to. If anybody wants to, Sean Astin.
I was going to say, is that Sean Astin up top?
Sean Astin is also in this film. So if anybody has any interest in watching it together, I would be happy to do a watch party.
Brian Bosworth, former Seattle Seahawks.
There's some interesting people in this movie. Griffin Aldrin. I don't know who that is. Every time I watch something on television, I am bound and determined to go down an IMDb rabbit hole. If you don't go down an IMDb rabbit hole every time you watch something on television, what do? You just like sit there and watch it and just like only enjoy the moment you're in?
Yes.
Like a normal sane
Like
person?
when you go to a movie theater.
I can't do that shit. No, when I go to a movie theater, I got my hoodie on. I got my little vape pen in my sleeve.
You have an extra large thing of cheese balls in your hoodie.
For real. I hit it like I was a pregnant woman. It was this big. I put it on my sweatshirt. Doug was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that." You're like
pregnant with a 4-year-old.
All the best things that have ever happened to us have been
that I tell you not to do.
The things that you've told me not to do that I've gone on to do.
Maybe. Think about all the stuff I told you not to do that saved your life or caused a better outcome. When I told you not to back into 4 feet of snow that was up past your bumper, up to the hood of the Jeep, I'm like, you're going to get stuck. Boof, get stuck. So I push her out. Boom. And then what does she do again? Boof, get stuck. Second time. You know what? I'm just going to push you and then just go back in the house. You're just going to get
Tracy says Harry Potter is essential in my life. I would be lost without it. I know. Aloha Mora. I don't even remember which spell that is.
My life is essential with Hawaii 5-0 with Zulu as Kono. God. Anyways, all right. So then Stacy, in her infinite wisdom, tries a third time.
Yeah, it's
into the snowbank. Got stuck in the snow. We had to call the plow. The plow
guy. We were pulling it out because the plow guy was on his way, and he couldn't believe I got it stuck.
She got a Jeep stuck. I think there's been other things, like the other day when you were at the Pride Parade, where you were going to ask the cops if they were out to for the gay. Like, are you preventing the gays from leaving this area, or something? I didn't think that was a good idea.
I don't know why. I make friends everywhere I go. The police love me.
The police love you.
The police love me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why do the police love you?
Because I'm hilarious and I don't commit crimes. I mean, I commit little crimes, but I ask them like, "Hey, so I have a bunch of weed right there, and do you care?" They're like, "I skinny dip in my pool. Do you care?" They're just like, "No, we do not give a shit." So there you go.
Anytime I'm like, and this has happened more than once, I'd be in line at like Dunkin's or Mary Lou's or something.
Yeah.
There's a cop behind me. I turn around, I go, "It's just my luck." It's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "I was gonna knock over this Dunkin's, but here you are." I think I've used that line 3 times on 3 different cops. 2 of them laughed, and 1 of them didn't. Like, I'm gonna knock over a Dunkin's.
Apparently, whenever a cop walks in, I point at you and say he did it. But
Or you say he has heroin in his rectum at the Miami airport.
I did. They thought that was hilarious.
It's not. No, you can't joke around in airports.
There's of all,
things you can't. Here's things you don't joke around about. Airports, Secret Service,
and the police.
And not joking around.
I hate to break it to you, but I have just enough white privilege to get away with that shit.
Not me. I'm an old white guy.
No, you have more white privilege than I do. I will tell you that I don't know. I just talk to people, and if they want to not like me, that's okay. I'm just going to be me. I'm generally just trying to like make the world a little bit brighter place, like not take ourselves too seriously. And there's some people that are not going to enjoy that, but you know what? Like at least I'm interesting.
Hey, who's joined us over there?
Holy fuck, we have a bunch of people over on Instagram.
Pam Twyman.
What's up, Pam? Hey, girl.
Pam.
Give yourself a great big hug. Say hi, Nikki, for us. Be like, yeah, Noelle's parents moved to Florida. They gone and lost their damn minds.
They're on the show every night.
Pat Lolly has chimed in, Lolly Tunes, and he says, I love you both. We love you, Pat. Come visit. We have a guest room. It's taken for the next 4 days.
He just said Lally in the house. You should say his house.
And he
his
says,
house.
He
like
has
how the kids
door.
say it.
What does he has door mean?
He's dope.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, that's exactly what she does.
I would like to smoke some dope.
Don't encourage.
Is dope marijuana?
Dope describes pretty much any, I believe, smokable or injectable
heroin or cocaine. No, I don't do that.
An illicit
or
drug.
Especially marijuana, smoking dope, a preparation such as blah 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 blah.
Or that paint you paint on models. Dope.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to share. Are we done going down the rabbit hole of you telling me not? Oh, you tell me not to do things that I do, and then they end up being way fun.
When you get away with them. Other times I'm posting bond for you.
I get away from everything though. Have you ever had to post bond?
That's kind of the problem. No, but you have had to secretly have friends pull you out of mud up to the bottom of the
I didn't have to secretly do it. I told you as soon as I got home.
You didn't tell me when it was like, hey, I'm stuck in the woods. How many times have I not gone four-wheeling with you?
What purpose would it serve? Reason? What purpose would it serve for me to call you and worry you for no reason?
You had no problem calling me to tell me that some guy like hit on you the other day.
Did you think when the guy hit on me that I was going to run off with him?
But you called me right away. You're stuck in the woods, could be in danger. I don't know what the hell's going on in the woods. And you don't call me. But yet, when you want to stick it in my face.
What are you going to do if I'm in the woods in danger? You don't like the woods.
Probably. No, I like the woods. The woods are fine. They're home to woodland creatures.
Okay, but you're not gonna if I go off-roading in the woods in Florida and get stuck.
Yeah.
You want me to call you.
I'm not driving my Volvo in the woods.
So
crazy.
There's literally no reason to tell you.
You call me, say, hey, I'm stuck in the woods, and then I'd worry about you.
I was being protected by one big strong man, one little man. Zach did all the work. Actually, I have pictures of it. I don't know if I have them, but let's see.
If I was your friend, you know how long I would be your friend for?
Forever?
Like for never, because like
you're my friend. You're my best friend.
But I am wedded to you, right? I don't have to be your friend. I can just
you don't have to.
I can just go be your husband over
but
here.
But I am in fact your best friend, seconded by George. Am I wrong? It goes me.
I do genuinely like both of you.
George, if you could throw him a Hummer, you might get up the list.
I don't want no Greek Hummer.
Why not a Greek? You goddamn fucking racist.
I was anti-Semite yesterday.
What do you call it when you don't like somebody from a given country?
I want to say that's anti-Semite, but that might be that's not right.
Is it Zionist?
I don't know. I'm a globalist.
Say what you want. Word for
I love all
hatred
people.
For people
from a certain country.
Other countries.
Xenophobe.
I've been called xenophobic more than once, by the way. Well, and I fucking like everybody, even if they're being idiots.
I'm Xanadu-phobic because I'm afraid of that song by
Xanadu. I love that song. Oh, Xanadu. I never got to the.
I want to count how many times she says Xanadu in that song because I
can tell you real quick. You want me to?
No, that's all right.
What? Stop doing that, you goddamn computer.
GBT.
Pat says gonna live there, not visit. Okay, but in the meantime, we have a lovely guest room. We just need downtime between house guests to Bowker.
Yeah,
Bowker's gonna check on his condo, and he's like, hey, can we come this weekend? I'm like, dude,
who's we?
I think he's got a chick or his daughter. I'm not sure. I'd love to meet Jade.
Yeah, Jade would be.
But I'm like, dude,
Well, we like Tom,
but like
I
this
mean,
is short notice.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have the
no.
kids, and he's like, when do they leave? And I'm like, Monday. He's like, okay, we'll come Tuesday. And I'm like, no.
we
Like next weekend. He's like, we're in North Carolina. I'm like, anytime after that.
Because you need to wash sheets. You need to,
I'm so exhausted by the time. Like
pillows.
I am so.
Because we're always on. Like by the time they get here to the time they leave, we're pretty much
It's
going.
actually kind of nice that they sleep in because we have time to do our normal morning routine, and that helps us. But we love we love having the kids, and we're so excited that they're coming. It's just we do stuff with them while they're here because we don't get to see them that much. I'm trying to make it as fun as possible.
And we stay up later than we usually
very
do.
late, and we're not getting enough sleep. So what'll happen is like day 1, I am like on fire. Day 2, still on fire.
Third day,
3,
she's not
so good. 4th day, I want to die. But the kids have been fantastic. We always have such a wonderful time.
Have a great time.
And we're going to play the dirty clock game when they come.
Well, we can't talk about it.
No, but
it's
we can
surprise.
show. But not the new ones, the old ones, because not everybody has watched since last summer. I want to explain the dirty clock game to you. So our family, we will stay inside and play video games and board games and card games, and that's great. But we're here in Florida. And we should get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. So what we do, we bought these paddles, and it's like squishy. And none of us, by the way, is athletic. Doug's the most athletic of all of us, but Doug can't swim. And our pool is deep on one end and shallow on the other. So we have 4 of these paddles, and you better find the shuttlecocks.
They're in that bin under my computer right now.
Oh, that's funny. So we have the shuttlecocks, and we hit them back and forth. And we count how high we can get. I think you and I have gotten to 52.
52.
But as a family, I think we've only gotten to 30.
Yeah, right about there. Yeah.
So we hit it back and forth. But the problem is that when the cock comes at us, even me and Nolan,
you swat.
The cock comes at us. The way we hit it is like, get that thing away from me, because it's not like we're not having fun. Like we're terrified of the fucking thing. We want it away from us
because it's usually coming in hot.
And it always comes in hot. So we're gonna play Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me. Unfortunately, my friend Zach had an aggressive moment where he pounded one of these on the side of the pool and broke it into pieces. Shitty house guest. Anyway, he's an amazing house guest. Although Doug did not appreciate finding his socks in the pool. Zach's socks, not Doug's. So in any case, we will play that with the kids. We call it Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me. And we had to get new paddles because Zach broke one. And we may have not found exactly the same ones.
I don't know. It's only 79 degrees in that pool.
We are playing the dirty cock game. 79 isn't just enough to cool your body down. You're wearing my wetsuit. I don't think my wetsuit's going to fit you, and I think it's a Todd's house.
And
I'm at 10%.
Yeah. I don't know why you don't plan ahead. I don't think you're taking this podcast seriously.
How could you possibly take this podcast seriously?
Well, you know what? You know what else?
But
it's a Wednesday, so we can just mail it in and do an hour. We don't have to do the full 2 hours that we've been doing, like maniacs. Maniacs.
Tracy says opening up a lock is Aloha Mora. What's the one when you expecto patronum? One of those?
Oscar Homolka.
I need to know some spells.
You know what? I really need some Odd Couple people to watch the show because I'm dropping the Odd Couple references every night.
I can watch the Odd Couple with you, but still our guests will not get it. But if you want to talk about the Odd Couple, we could put hashtag the Odd Couple and people will watch, or they would think. Yeah,
because every night I think I already had one tonight, and I think I already had a reference, but Oscar Homolka was another one, and people need to watch that show. It's so funny.
Opening up a lock is Aloha Mora. Well, it's funny because I read that from like just glancing at it and being like a little high. I read that as opening up is black is Alabama, because I kept saying I was going to pull up the penis size by state, and Alabama
by state.
Oh my lord!
I think Alaskans probably are packing. It's just a guess.
I think that if you're Alaskan, your dick hides as much as it possibly can in your body.
Yeah, it might go in.
This is not the one that I saw before, but this is actually better than the one I had.
This is a graphic representation.
I enjoy a nice graphic.
This is an infographic. Why does New Mexico have a bomb pop for a penis?
Jesus, Doug, you're getting ahead.
Expect Patronum is scaring away the dementors.
Louisiana, Alabama, West Virginia.
7+, Jesus.
7+. These
what are those guys doing?
Zucchinis are 6.5 to 6.9. That's Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont. Not so much Rhode Island. Not so much Connecticut.
Rhode Island's a corn dog.
I
don't know
can't
if you
tell
can
if
see
Rhode Island
this.
is that Rhode Island or is it Connecticut? That's Connecticut. That's Rhode Island's a corn dog. I know that to be true about Rhode Island. I'm not saying. In any case, these nice penis people, they measured throughout the country, and apparently,
so the eastern states.
is that New Mexico there?
That Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico is a bomb pop. That's
ain't good.
It
ain't good. So 7+ inches is your purple states and your.
So why West Virginia?
States,
is in
mountain people.
Yeah, Louisiana.
So have you noticed that like people who work with their hands or are in rural areas, they tend to be bigger. Like it's like an evolutionary thing. Yeah. Whereas men, I think, and I've kind of observed this just looking at men, is that like men who like live in cities and live urban lifestyles tend to be smaller.
Well, here's the thing. So Rhode Island is a small state, and they have corn dogs. And so basically, they don't have to go far. So maybe it's if you don't have to travel far. Well, what is that? Delaware has a bomb pop too. Look at that.
Yeah, it must be. Is it Delaware or DC?
That's Delaware.
That can't. Is that Delaware?
That's Maryland with the corn dog.
There's nothing below a bomb pop. So anyway, Alabama is the biggest. If you're afraid of big dicks, stay out of Alabama. To Doug's point. Oh no, they're not in order. They're by size. See, now why can't they just rank them by size? They had it on a list. Okay. The highest average penis, Alabama, 7.44. Louisiana, 7.15. West Virginia, 7. Vermont, 6.98. And Utah, 6.97. Now it explains why they have so many wives. 5 states with the lowest averages were Delaware at 5.22. New Mexico at 5.36, which is weird because I had read something that Mexicans had monster dogs. So I don't know.
But not New Mexicans.
Yeah, but I know, but it has a large Mexican population.
Tom says this is a scientific study.
It's scientific.
It was scientific. Where Georgia, it's on the internet.
So hang on. Georgia is 5.69.
Yeah.
So as y'all know, one of our favorite, one of the master haters, Tracy, is a lesbian who lives in Georgia.
She can only get 5.6 inch
you guys,
dildos.
If you ever want to try it out, or maybe mix things up a little bit, you might not even notice it 5.69. You might not even notice it's a penis. There you go. Rhode Island, 5.83. Just me having a chuckle for myself.
Not saying anything.
Do you know anybody who lives in Rhode Island? I wish they told you by town, by street. Who did this? Wait, the position of a ruler measuring tape is the base of your erect penis, pressing down gently through your pubic hair or excess skin to touch the pubic bone underneath. Measure from the base of your penis to its tip. Don't pull or stretch your penis. Hold it gently across the ruler if you need to. What if you have a bend?
Repeat this 2 or 3 times over the course of a couple of days, because you don't know. Maybe you're having an off day or something.
But wait, this is self-reported. Do they think that people are actually self-reporting in a proper way?
No. I'm going to measure mine starting at my ankle.
Average, but so this is by bespoke.
Look at this gentleman.
This is for bespoke surgical. Yeah, he might have a teeny tiny dick. That would be my sweet spot right there.
That doesn't sound great.
Looks like he takes care of himself. Well,
Tom measures from his taint. I think ankles might give you a better readout.
I think you should just read from your measure from your small intestine all the way out of your butthole, up the taint, around the dick, and all the way to the base, and then around again and back up.
Tracy says, I don't even know what happened, but we are stuck with no sound and banana and bomb pops.
Do you currently have no sound?
Don't know. Oh, wait. There's something there? Mute screen. No, I think you should have sound.
Do you hear? There was no sound on that video. Do you hear us?
Yeah, there's no sound on the bomb pops.
Can you hear us? No. Yeah, we're not muted, so there's that. Trace, can you hear us now? Oh, I can't. Wait, hang on. Text her.
I don't have her text. Oh, on there.
She can hear now. Hear again.
Okay, right.
Girl, I think it was on your end.
So bomb pops, Rhode Island.
So people in Rhode Island have bomb pops.
I want to hear more about Tom. Tom went to, what did you go to the registry of motor vehicles, and there was a guy playing guitar or something. There was some guy playing guitar, and wherever in this waiting room where Tom was, and I wanted to know more about that. It was like,
what was he playing?
I asked him if he knew Milk Train, but apparently not. He didn't know Milk Train.
Is there a song called Milk Train?
Yeah, it's a Rouser song. Tom does.
Get on the world.
No, it's not Milk Train.
Start a milk train.
It's better than that. My My arms are full of magnet. My chest is full of coal. My balls are full of sweet cream. Come on, watch that Milk Train roll. Milk Train.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's got the best guitar solo
Those are great
ever.
lyrics.
And it's my go-to riff when I go to Milk Train is my go-to when I go to a guitar center. I just start playing Milk Train.
Yeah.
Other people doing Stairway. I'm doing Milk Train.
Can I tell you something?
Oh, he's at the doctor's.
He was at the doctor's and there was a Milk Train.
And now she's laughing her ass off at 5.6.
Just saying you.
I think.
Oh, there was a whole thing I said about how the Georgia's small and y'all could try it if you wanted to. You wouldn't even notice. Out there and
you know what? Whatever size penis you have, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm fine with a smaller one. It's the big ones I don't like. Yours is a little too big for me.
Well, I could have an off day and you'll be very happy.
No,
you're supposed to measure.
I literally married you. Like 90% of the reasons for penis.
90%.
Yeah, and 9% is your tongue because I like to hedge my bets.
Yeah.
And could you show them your tongue?
No.
Can you show them your penis?
No.
Okay, fine. And then like 1% is your stunning personality.
I am pretty funny.
When you want to be.
Oh, I'm funny.
Sometimes. His impressions, like when Doug does an impression, funnier than anything I will ever do. But on the daily, I'm funnier. What do you think?
She comes up with some really funny stuff. Really.
Yeah, but everything I say is really funny.
Not all things you
most everything I say. We just talked about penis size by state. And we talked about it from a global perspective. But I thought you were getting me a charger. I was going to pull up a picture of us one of the many times I've gotten myself into trouble. Okay. But these don't even come in the alphabet. In the alphabet. They don't really come in the alphabet. That picture's not even here. The bottom line is I get myself into some trouble in the Jeep, and for some reason Doug doesn't want me to.
Tracy can hear us now. She must have been frozen. You know what it is?
Oh, is it all those Harry Potter spells? Did I put the wrong one?
No, it's those septic guys cut the cable going to the house.
Okay.
By accident.
We talked about this in it's actually really funny. So at my little church group today, everybody talks about themselves. You're not allowed to talk about that, but I think it's fair to say I can share this reading. And when the woman told me that about this, it was this doctor, Dr. Len. He healed himself and people in the facility where he worked. And he wrote this, I guess it's like a poem. And it's called the Ho'oponopono. But they were saying Ho'oponopono. And I was like, what are you saying?
H-O-apostrophe.
And they all they just said it just rolled off the tongue. And I'm like, the what? The Ho'oponopono. Ho'opono. Can you,
Yoko Ono.
No, I'm telling you. These women, there were like four of them,
it's
just
the
saying it repeatedly. And I'm like, what is going on here? How did you guys... The Ho'opon...
Zulu is Kono.
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'opono Sonny Bono.
It just takes practice, I guess. So anyway, there's a whole thing about his story, and he explains the steps to it.
Is that a guy, Ho'oponopono?
It's just a poem that he wrote, and it means something in some language, but I forget what it means. We'd have to look into that yourselves. But so as related in the radio interview, Dr. Len suggests 4 steps process for this Ho'oponopono work. I think I got it right. Whenever a place for healing presents itself in your life, open to a place where hurt resides within you. After identifying this place with as much feeling as you can, say below the 4 statements. So you're saying to yourself, like to the person within you, the child within you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. And by the way, it's kind of what a lot of therapists will do with their patients and their parents, or the parents and their adult children is, I think if you know that people have good intentions, it goes a long way in relationships. What do you think? You just can't pronounce Ho'oponopono.
What if you're married to a hoe that practices Oponopono work? Ho.
That would be porno. That would be porno, not pono. And believe it or not, the church ladies do very little. They do very little talk about porn.
In hoes.
Yeah, no, they don't talk about pose, or they're actually just a wonderful group of people that I am so lucky to have met. And actually today, some random guy showed up and he was like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And we're like, "We have this awesome."
It wasn't Wix, was it?
It was not. I wish it was.
What's going on in
What's
here?
going over here? Going on my flip phone. Just a group of really amazing spiritual people, and I learned so much from them, and I'm just so grateful for them. They know who they are.
Nice.
I hope to Christ they're not watching this podcast.
Well,
I'm like, yeah, we have a podcast. Don't watch it.
Well,
somebody asked me, how much does it make? It made $3 once.
Right now, they're busy packing for Alabama.
The church ladies are not going to Alabama.
You don't think the church ladies like a nice girthy man?
So he talks. This is a really interesting article, and I don't know if I'm allowed to share it in the group. I don't know if it'll allow me to do that, but let me try. I don't think you guys. Oh, we're off Instagram.
We're off Instagram. Those people are out.
I hate Instagram.
It does sound Hawaiian. It sounds like something.
It is Hawaiian.
A dessert at the Polynesian.
And it's probably explained to you in this article. And I don't want to read the whole thing, but he was a doctor that healed people. I did share a link, but I don't think you can actually see it there. So it's if you just Google, what I Googled was
Ho'oponopono.
Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness. If you Google that, then the prayer, it comes right up. And it's a sponsored. So, you can give them money or not give them money, but it's a sponsored ad. But I just pulled this article, whatever. I just pulled it up because I wanted to share it with y'all. Oh, that's interesting. The author is an inspirational speaker and prolific author, Joe Vitale, one of the main individuals featured in the inspiring film The Secret.
Oh, look at that. I will say, I want to ask a question to everybody.
Everybody in the world?
Everybody watching. Is the time change mess people up this week? Actually,
yeah. So John up the street told me that they've been fucked up all week. She didn't say fucked up. She said they've been lagging all week.
Yeah.
Because of the time zone change. I don't know.
I think it's worse in the fall. It's definitely worse in the fall, but I'm feeling it this week.
You are?
Yeah. I'm like, it's weird because I know we sprung forward, but I'm waking up at 5 o'clock.
Waking up at 5 is a good thing. Get up and get at the day.
No, it's dark at 5 o'clock.
Get up and get at the day.
Dark does not mean day. It means dark. It means go back to bed.
Because you go back to bed, you're not going to get quality sleep. You might as well get up.
I want quality sleep.
You might, but you're not going to get quality sleep.
I want Ho'oponopono
sleep. If you're up, then it's stuff. If you're up and it's stuffed, you're up and it's stuffed. Like Nicki Minaj's WAP. That's wet ass pussy for those of you who haven't been paying attention.
For you church people.
I tell them, do not watch. Do not watch. Do not watch.
All right. Well, yeah.
We apologize to people every time they tell us they watch the fucking podcast. I like to be colorful with my language.
Tracy says you're brought where you're needed, and you needed it with the church cult.
I agree.
Yeah, maybe you're.
I agree. Or maybe it's all part of my grand scheme to start my own cult. If you've been here, you know that I want to have a hippie commune / cult. I keep trying to back out of the cult leader part, but like some of my friends just really want me to be a cult leader. Come on. I need to check in on Risa. Risa, I love you. Millmore's liked us. Thank you, Millmore. We like you too.
Is a.
What are you doing with your claws?
Well,
and your
I'm just going to
beans?
show you this. Someone just sent me this. Tell me if you would eat this.
Pickle flavored
jelly beans.
Some people really like pickles. I bet you could send those to Snooki.
I bet those would probably be pretty good in some weird Sour Patch Kid way.
Flavored jelly beans.
Yeah, I wonder if the color's not quite right for a pickle though. It's like more teal than it should be. I'm sorry.
I don't think you should be.
Do I have to creative director the world?
Think you should be criticizing anybody else's pickle. I think that there's not enough contrast in that bag.
I agree with you. I think there might be a lighter. Yeah, the beans are off. The beans are definitely not the right color. The bag is the right color. The bean is off. Look at it's too much blue here, avocado here.
But here's the thing: you could have made them any fucking color. What they should have done is made them like white or black or whatever, just to fuck with people.
Yeah,
because then they would think that they were
like, oh, try this.
Oh, nope, tastes like pickles. So, fucking Bernie Bott's Every Flavored Beans by Jelly Belly are the greatest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
If you have never heard of them, they're amazing.
On a related story, I once bought a tin of mints, and on the top of the tin it was a Ouija board. And I bought this because I needed to know if the mints were the shape of the little planchette that you use to navigate the board, but they were not. They were just round, and it was a disappointment.
And you semen the devil.
I semened the devil.
I meant to
I
say
didn't semen the devil.
Summoned the devil.
I semened the devil. That sounds like something from Rosemary's Baby. Oscar, Rosemary's Baby. Another Odd Couple reference.
You love the Odd Couple.
Lucky Lindy
Right.
made it. There's another one.
I just have to pull these up because you did it on Monday, and it's just too funny to not show everybody.
Yeah.
So we will see how we can do this. Okay, so you guys are seeing my hair right now. I think we've all accepted that it's ridiculous, right? Can we all agree? Crazy hair?
It's very crazy. I can't see it. Did you show that?
I haven't shown it yet.
All right, she's going to show her hair as if you can't see it on the podcast.
I'm not showing you. So entire screen over on my iPad here, you'll see that I've got put it up in a bun yesterday. And what you may notice of my hair when it's up in a bun is it's tall. Y'all, it's tall. And so your boy here thought that I looked like Carmen Miranda and put some fruit in there. So an apple, a banana, and there was a lemon, but the lemon kind of nestled in.
Yeah, lemon's in there somewhere, yeah.
Because what invariably happened is he put too much goddamn fruit on my head.
If you can't put fruit on your wife's head, whose head can you put it on? Really?
Listen, one of us puts fruit on people's heads and the other one gets to be like, oh, my awful wife puts things on my head all the time. And all of America is like, oh, poor Doug.
Yeah.
In any case.
Yeah, poor Doug.
This is what happens when you put a banana and an apple on your wife's head and you're just trying to shove things in there. It falls out. It knocks over her hair. So if you think that Doug should open a beauty parlor, raise your hand.
That time I met Bob Marley and I tried to put a banana in his, it didn't go as well.
Bob Marley put a banana in his hair?
No. When I met Bob Marley, I tried to put bananas in his hair because he had his hair up, and it didn't go well.
I don't remember you meeting Bob Marley.
And he got all mad. I'm like, hey, but one love.
Did you actually meet Bob Marley?
No, I did not.
So then why the fuck would you say that?
Because he's the
You
most famous
funny.
person I could come up with that had dreads, other than Whoopi Goldberg, who I'm not going to talk about on this show because...
My head will fucking explode?
Oh. This
Yeah,
was something we saw in Target the other day.
So we saw this.
That was at Target.
Yeah. And somebody had apparently opened it to try it. And just left it there on the shelf.
I don't know what the next thing over was, but it's very popular because there are no more. I don't know.
No, they're like, they pulled it out and then they put it back, but didn't put it back properly.
Oh,
What the hell kind of heathens are going to the fucking store and making a goddamn mess of the Target?
I think we should look up like the rest because they had some very interesting things in the line in Target of the sex toy area of Target. I thought Target was, you know, a family store, and here you go, gotten Buzzy Butt up in there.
You can get sex toys pretty much everywhere. But I will say this: we have a dear friend who we call Buzz.
We do,
and I'm thinking that we should start calling him Buzzy Butt.
We should buy him one, send it to his house.
I will totally buy it. We should send him the
Daniel's at a concert tonight. Rock out with your
says hi guys.
Out.
We miss you.
This is what we're saying. But thanks for checking in.
Rock out with your what out.
Cock. And Daniel usually does because he is he's a rock and roll hoochie coo is what he is.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Instead of Brick Derringer.
Are we gonna actually send George one of these?
Buzzy Butt.
Because I will.
No.
I'll buy it right now.
I would no. Because then the kids will find it, and then it'll be like
that'd be hilarious.
Although they did just buy a new
a pied-à-terre
property, so maybe it's a homecoming or a
housewarming gift at their pied-à-terre.
Housewarming. Oh, you know what it is? The housewarming. We'll give Sandy some warming lubricant, and we'll give George the Buzzy Butt.
And I'm sure their son that shares that apartment with them will be very excited about this.
No, we'll send it to the house. Because there's no kids at the house.
You don't send a housewarming gift to a house that they don't live in. You send it to them when they're
Well,
there.
I don't know what you do. This is the first time I've had a friend that had 8 houses.
They don't have 8 houses. They have 2 houses, and we have a lot of friends that have a lot of houses.
Yeah, we do.
We're just the
Well, we're not
pros.
really.
Yeah, we
I
do.
know 2 people, friends of mine, that have 2 houses. Now, oh, actually, no, just one, because one sold his other house. So, although, yeah,
Okay. So, I don't know what we were talking about. Do we have anything?
Buzzy Butts.
Oh, do you want to get that for Buzz or not?
No.
Let me ask you this. Would you like it if somebody sent you a vibrating butt plug from Target? What if?
And if it was like a play on your name, if it was like,
What if the package was open when you got it? How would you feel? What if the package was open and had an odd smell, but like not like a part smell, like a smell of like
anchovies?
no, like a smell of like
Musk.
something like bubblegum, like a very musk. You smell like musk. You wish you smelled like.
It's
musk.
my Jovan Musk for Men.
You smell like muskrat love.
Uh,
What the hell was that? I had that record somehow when I was a kid. Like it
Yeah.
was somebody's and they gave it
that
to
was a
me.
big hit back in the 70s.
Really?
Muskrat Love, yeah. Muskrat Susie, Muskrat Sam.
That's the whole thing.
That was the 2 people involved in the Muskrat Love.
So muskrat, like Dos Muskratos.
Yeah, like a muskrat. It was
What
it was
kind
the
of-
captain and Tennille.
Okay. Captain of what?
I think it was captain of the keyboard, is what he was.
So
He's dead now.
not
though.
an official capacity.
All right, so here's the thing. Captain and Tennille were a couple. They had a variety show. They had hit records. Love will keep us together. I don't know what are you doing there, Elsa?
I was it cute. Let it go. Let it go.
There's your short clip, Nolan.
Mm.
That's it.
Does this look cute? Wait, what if I go?
That looks worse. You look like the dodgeball girl. Now you look like Living Color.
I am a cult of personality after all.
Something.
I'm something.
Anyway, the captain and Tennille were married, and then they got divorced. No happy ending for Susie and Sam.
So
McNeil.
wait, are we getting divorced?
No, I'm talking about the captain and Tennille. I'm not a captain.
Let me just tell you right now, we're never getting divorced. You know why? Because the Jeep is registered in his name and the Volvo is registered in my name.
Unless we can get money from the government if we're single.
Oh, we might have to consider it then. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but I have a new dreadlock bead. It is a hand-painted mushroom, courtesy of Taylor, owner of Manifest Salon in Fort Myers. I know that they're doing Reggae Fest. Is it what?
Yeah, I just thought of something really cool to put in your dreads.
Okay, well, we'll do that in a minute. At Manifest, so they were helping a lot of people get ready because Reggae Fest is this weekend. So they've been doing a lot of hair wraps, that kind of thing, and they're going to be giving away beads at Reggae Fest, and they're going to have some stuff to sell. But I know for a fact that Taylor's taking new cut and color clients. She's just not taking new dread clients because we take a long ass time. We're like a long ass time, and it seems like Zasha's doing a lot of the dreads. But anyway, it's a great salon. It's got a great vibe. I think that they're Janae. The stylists are Janae, Katie, Zasha, Taylor, and I think there's one other woman whose name is escaping me. But again, it's a place you go that just is nothing but positive vibes. You would love it. And so Taylor hand painted this, and she gave it to me, and I'm like, "What?
Oh, that's very nice." I think we might have to do like a little hole drilling or something to get them attached. Monopoly pieces.
Oh, that would be
like
cool.
The race car and the dog and the iron.
That would be cool. I want the top hat. The top hat's my favorite.
Top hat.
What piece are you when you play Monopoly? Like that's an important. Oh, I got
a lot of people like the top hat because it's like symbolizes money going into the hat. Is what it does.
That's
I like the race car. I always like the dog. Nobody. Although I do.
I used to have a Scotty.
I do like the iron. The iron is good because you can just iron the board.
That's silly. Do you know I have family members that iron their money?
No, I didn't know that. That's weird. The thimble. Who likes to be the thimble? Because the thimble looks like a thimble, only it's like a little bit smaller. And I don't know. I can't think of any other. There was a cannon, but we never had the cannon in our set.
We had the cannon.
Never had the cannon.
And the battleship. Did you ever have the battleship? Because the battleship was added later.
Either,
now there's like a fucking cat.
Ours was from like the 40s or 30s or something. I don't know where. It was an old one. But then we got a plastic tray thing that came in a game called Payday, which was great because it had like, because Monopoly just came with this like little cardboard thing that was just terrible, but this thing had room for the houses and the pieces and the cards. It's fantastic.
I just wanted to share this because I just
Tracy
wanted
says I like the car. She
the
meant
car.
the car. Yeah, yeah.
Well, there is a cat
good.
now, by the way, which is weird as hell. But
some of the race cars had like a thing, and then some of them had like a depression where like the glass or the hole would have been. That's a dog.
That was my dog Walker, and he was my own little Monopoly piece.
Look, he's a little happy.
He was the best dog. You have no idea what a great dog this was.
You're gonna cry, aren't you? About that.
I cry about everything. I'm going through menopause. I need a t-shirt that says I cry about everything. I'm going through menopause. This was the best dog in the whole world. I absolutely loved him to pieces. He was hit by a car and killed. It was an awful, awful day, but he was the best dog, and he was just nothing but love and just sweetness. And it happened to come up in my memories today. And
I remember
really
him
missing him
laying on like on the leather couch, and you couldn't see him because he'd blend in, and you wouldn't even know he's there.
He's the sweetest.
And then it would scare you because you'd like look up and you're like, oh Jesus, a dog there.
Tracy says, what a cute dog. Let me just tell you about that fucking dog. So cute. I'm gonna pull it up again. I don't have it up anymore. I can't. He was actually, I can't pull it up now. He was, we got him when he was 8 weeks old from a breeder in Connecticut. We were moving from Connecticut. The same town we were moving from is where we got the dog from. We'd already moved to Boston Bedford. And so we got him as the teeniest little puppy. He was adorable. And he was like the baby brother in the family. And he became like, so I have 4 daughters, and he became the man of the house. He was terrified of laundry baskets, the lawnmower, and the wheelbarrow. And wheelbarrow, by the way, it's not barrel. Did you know that? I thought it was barrel. Wheelbarrow. No, it's wheelbarrow. Barrow. Just like raspberry bush is not raspberry, RASB. It's PRAS, raspberry bush. So now you know. Anyway, I had 4 daughters, and of course, daughters, if you have daughters, you know they can be very messy. And this dog would literally eat the crotch out of all of your underwear, like all the underwears in the house. So I would be in the store buying a stack of underwear like this because the dog had eaten the crotch out of all the underwear. I finally just stopped wearing underwear, a tradition that continues to this day. But the dog was so fucking smart. So I had an SUV, a Durango. And if I closed if the window was closed, he would fucking open it. And if I closed the window, he would fucking open it again. So I would have to lock them. And then one day, and it was funny because he was establishing his pecking order in the family, and he couldn't figure it out. And one day he just went and pissed on Noelle's pillow. She was heartbroken. She's like, he hates me, Bobby. No, he's just trying to be dominant over anything in our house of crazy people.
Lots of luck, fella.
Do you feel a spiritual connection to Walker?
Well, I wasn't trying to find my way in that chaos. I wasn't trying to wedge myself in and be dominant or whatever.
You think the dog was, though?
You know what? You know what I was? Well, and the dog was probably too. You know, like when you have a snow globe and there's a thing in the center of the snow globe that doesn't move.
Yeah.
That was me, and that was my role, and all you motherfuckers floating around like doing your shit.
Kind of what we do now. Tracy says Amy Denio breeds schnauzers. Well, he's a Scotty.
I don't know who Amy Denio is. Should I know that person?
Yes, you worked. That's why she told you the name. So he's a Scotty, not a Schnauzer. He's a Scotty, not a Schnauzer. And he had an unusual temperament for a Scotty. So Mr. Walker, everybody always call him like something different, but his name is Walker. He had like the personality of like a golden retriever, and Scotties are not normally like that. Like he would be at the door, like on his back paws, but always on his back paws, like a little otter. The poor thing is going to have hip problems. And, but if you didn't like say hello and like greet him, if you weren't super excited, he would be like depressed for like a week. Oh. He would like hang his head in shame. And so one day I was taking Noelle to the bus. It was a rainy day, and I would always take the dog with me. And I didn't take the dog with me that day. That little fucker, we just moved. I didn't have a table yet. I put my laptop on the ground. He pissed on my fucking laptop. Shit. But it still worked, because that's the story of my life. The dog pissed on my laptop. Amy
Denio's schnauzers. Look at how cute.
They're beautiful dogs. That one on the left is pretty.
But I don't know who she is. She worked at CM.
She worked at CM and ran the PO team under Sue. So you should know her.
I know the name.
You should
I
reach
don't
out to
know.
her and find out if I
Don't know.
have a dog. We can't have pets here. And
Because they'll be eaten by piranhas.
we don't know where we'll be next. There's no piranhas in our pool, A. B, I don't know if we have piranhas in Florida.
And we're all out of underwear.
You're not. You have plenty of underwear. I folded it yesterday.
On the way,
But I think
I'll
you're due
make
for
me
more. I
feel
don't think
fine.
I think I buy you underwear every 2 years.
I'm good. Yeah,
When
I'm
I
good
start
for that.
when I start seeing that you have holes in your underwear, I rip his underwear in half if it has a hole in it. But he buys
I don't-
Lucky
'cause I don't
brand
even
boxer
know.
briefs, and every year he tells me the wrong size, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" And then he goes in the other room and he checks, and he's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "Cancel order." I was right. So, my friend,
She started the same day as me in 2018.
oh, that's exciting. You guys have like a little party.
I started at on what day is it today? Is it what's the date today? Oh, it's 13.
11, 13.
In 2 days would have been my 8th anniversary with that company.
Would
Started
have
8 years
been.
ago. Yeah, would have been, but I got shit canned
What was I going to say
by
about?
some dude that didn't even know me, and then he got shit canned.
What do they say about Wait,
But I'm not supposed to talk about it. Apparently,
shit canned?
shit canned.
No, before that you were saying something, and I was thinking it was a terrible idea.
Schnauzers.
After schnauzers.
Piranhas. Feeding dogs to piranhas.
I have no idea.
Mm.
Oh, I know there's a better way to do this. What time is it?
It is
It's
9:22.
9:22.
We should practice gratitude.
Well, hang on. I just want to see if there's anything.
Tracy calls people bastards. Thank you.
Who's a bastard?
The people that told me to hit the road, Jack. But that's all right. I don't like to stay where I'm not wanted, like this podcast.
Why does it say apo, hepat, liver, renalix, and kidney?
I don't know. That was probably something for a doctor's appointment. Oh, I did have something in my notes. Hang on. I did have something in my notes.
I got to go back to our hashtags.
So, just so you guys know, my wife doesn't know how sound works, and she will just be 8 rooms away talking to me. And I'm a respectful human being, so I like to make sure I know what you're talking about. You might need something. I need to be at the ready. So when I'm in the kitchen, it's like around the corner, and I have the exhaust fan on. Maybe the water thing is running. Maybe the frying pan's making noise. I can't hear anything she says. So the other day, she says something that sounded like Lincoln has a spaz attack.
What was I saying?
I have no idea. I don't even. And I go in there and I'm like, "What did you say?" But Lincoln has a spaz attack.
So you still don't know what I said?
No.
If you brought it up at the time, I could have explained it to you. How would you like that if I explained it to you?
I don't even know. I don't know. Like, I tried to go in there and didn't really answer. But that's
You tried
because you kind of forget, or you get a text and somebody's having an emergency.
I have a lot of things happening at the same time. And
Maybe if you single tasked, if you single task versus multitask, we might have better communication.
If you didn't constantly have headphones on,
Yeah.
we might have better communication.
If you didn't have wool on your head that prevented you from hearing.
You didn't intentionally ignore me, we would have better communication.
If you didn't have leaky ear syndrome.
I do have leaky ear syndrome.
You would be able to hear me better.
I hear you just fine.
If you had not spent all your time learning about economic strategy and maybe gone to a science class for once in your life, you would know how sound behaves. It's a wave.
So what you're saying is, if I'm understanding correctly, you would like me to be
attentive to my needs.
And how am I not attentive to your needs?
I just don't want you to say things and think you're having a conversation with me when I'm 3 weeks.
So I will try not to do that.
You know what you do? Maybe
but
make a notepad.
But can I tell you?
Write these things down.
But can I tell you?
Yes.
You actually listen to me more when you're in the kitchen cooking something than you do when you're in the living room 6 feet from me on your phone.
Marital hate. Although sometimes you'll say, "Oh shit!" You'll be looking at your phone. Holy shit! Oh my god! What is it?
I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, and then because it sounded like dire, something.
Are you not aware that I am the only one that listens to me?
Lincoln has a spaz attack. That's all I'm saying.
Lincoln has a spaz attack.
Lincoln has a spaz attack. Oh yeah, Lincoln has a spaz attack.
You know that Florida seceded from the Union?
When? Last week?
pre-Civil War,
I never
and then
knew
it
that.
came back.
Yeah, a couple of states did that, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know.
For
I don't
some
know
reason.
how I felt about that. I've got the note here. It says 11 months ago. I don't know what the official.
The official date.
We're waiting to find out. What somebody must know. We
You know,
have notes of it
I
somewhere.
have my I have
our
on
very
my
first.
removable hard drive. I have the actual show. Maybe we'll do a rerun. Let's see. We'll do
Not
a
a
rerun.
rerun. Maybe we watch a couple minutes of it so people can see how different it is. Well, back I used to do it back then without makeup on. Not
And
that
then,
I wear a lot of makeup.
and then
now.
you got vein.
It was because without mascara and brow stuff and lipstick on, you can't see me.
You can see yourself in those pictures, can't you?
Yeah, but like, look, it doesn't. You can't really tell if I have eyes or not.
No, not really.
So
I look a year younger.
You were a year younger. I'm so tired. I'm gonna finish the rest of my pancakes.
Beth does this all the time. We call that having a meeting when she was talking to herself.
Oh, yeah.
LOL, it's contagious because now I'm doing it too. Yeah, maybe it's a lady thing.
No, everybody does.
It's a lady thing.
Do you know it's a sign of intelligence?
What, that you talk to yourself in a room thinking that somebody else is there?
Wait, what?
Talking to myself.
Talking to somebody like somebody else is there. No, I was reading a comment from a viewer.
Oh.
I like the viewers.
What do they say?
Nice. Oh, JH just said that you're sweet of you. You have no idea how much I appreciate you taking the time to respond. I will email you. Look forward to the podcast. I haven't seen an email from her. JH, if you happen to send me, Jackie, if you sent me an email, I have not seen it. So I'm not ignoring you. I hope you didn't go to junk.
I'm ignoring you, quite frankly.
Fuck yourself. So anyway, we're coming up on a year, we think, or maybe a year was yesterday, or maybe a year is right now.
Yeah.
Yearling. But I do want to share, we had some topics tonight. So that we hashtagged, of course, natural health. That's just kind of always my jam. We did confirm with the doctor that milk bath, tapeworm pull out ass is a thing. So you put 3 to 4 gallons of organic milk in your bathtub. You put your butt in it, and the tapeworm is going to stick its head out, and you just yank on it. Sorry if you were eating pasta.
Why would that work?
It just does.
You have a tapeworm in a poopy sealed environment. You really think he's going to smell the milk?
They like the milk.
I know, but how do they, they're like in your intestine,
I
like
will
20
tell you
feet
that
in.
tapeworms, parasites in general are crazy fucking smart. They can literally manipulate your brain. They've done this with the animals where it's manipulated the animal's brain and led them to a certain food source. Like it's moved into it's craziness. Yeah. They can literally control your brain. People who have dramatic mood swings, especially around the the moon phases, parasites. Seriously, they can
snake milk.
If you're craving sugar constantly or carbs constantly, parasites. Most everybody has them. We don't treat them. So just something to think about. I did hashtag, of course, Boston because that's where we're from. Not really South Shore. And cannabis because I'm high as fuck right now. I'm just starting to peak. And TikTok. Oh, there's legislation.
Yes.
Regarding TikTok pending.
I think they got past the first line of defense or something.
I they're trying to ban the app in the United States.
Yeah.
Just against teens or in general in the United States?
I think it's in the United States.
Yeah,
all I saw was a headline that that happened and that China had something to say about it.
I have a very fucking big problem with that because we first of all, the United States government has been able to manipulate social media and partner with social media to violate the rights of Americans. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with anything being censored. And while I can understand where they may have fears about what a foreign government would do to us, why do we not talk about what they would do to us? Track your phone, find out if you had COVID or not.
I have a prediction on all this.
What's that?
Say this, the whole thing, the bill passed, whatever. TikTok is banned.
I'm moving to China.
All right. A, how do they even know, right? How do they know what's on people's phones? I don't know. What are they going to say? Hey, Chinese TikTok. Hey, shut down America. I don't know if who knows if they can even do that. But here's my prediction. There's a meeting in China. I don't know who. I don't know what kind of cartel they got running this place, whatever. But there's a room. There's a room, like a long table, medals and stuff on the wall. picture of Chairman Mao, whatever. I don't know. I don't know who the hell they have over there. And I hope that's not sort of demeaning.
You're kind of running off track.
So they're sitting in a room. What are we going to do about this America no TikTok thing, right? And so they probably think, and it's probably true, that America is so stupid, we'll just rename it Talk Tick.
I will say that they are competing pretty heavily with the American social media networks, and the American government has a vested interest in those social media networks. And it's funny because people talk about how the Chinese corporations work with hand in hand with the Chinese government, as if we don't do that here in America. You don't think the pharmaceutical companies are working hand in hand with your friends in the government?
China does not allow TikTok in their country, and their kids are only allowed about 2 hours a day of screen time, whether or not that is phone or TV.
So there is
like a strict
actually TikTok in China. It's just different. So they have videos, educational videos, that kind of thing. So they like the things that'll get pushed out to American kids is stuff like theoretically is stuff that's going to cause like fighting and disruption within America, and that the Asian kids get and like make them shallow and stupid and whatever, and that the things that the Asian kids have is educational. I use TikTok. I use it quite frequently. And I have really never got anything that was like you get the stuff that you follow. So I watch people that are inspirational, so I get inspirational stuff. I watch gardening stuff, survival stuff. I watch hippie stuff. I watch personal development stuff, and like cute, funny videos and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, is
Recipes.
it a time suck and a distraction? Yeah. And are there issues with it? Yeah, but the issue is that it can basically fuck up your dopamine receptors because you're getting the hit of dopamine. But I get more hits of dopamine than anything else by spending time with actual human beings in real life.
Tracy says, I do agree the government is too in our business. The media should be covered under the Freedom of Information Act. And she says, I like TikTok and watch a little of everything.
I like to send you TikToks. The thing that's interesting is, by the way, I don't always react to them, but I watch them. And then the thing that's just really interesting that I've noticed about government, and I could be wrong about this, quote me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that more often than not in DC, the people that are pointing a finger at somebody for doing something wrong are actually doing that thing themselves.
Interesting.
And I would just like to say, whoever smelt it, dealt it. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. Okay. And something stinks in DC.
Speaking of smelling and dealing, what are you grateful for?
I was just wrapping up because I wanted to cover the hashtags that we use so that we're not defrauding the internet. There was a trans. I Miss My Wife was hashtagging. I don't know really what that was. I think. Does anybody know what I Miss My Wife was about? Because we don't. We just stole the hashtag. So if anybody knows what the hell that meant, that's it. Tracy says, nailed it. Facts. I think you're absolutely right. I agree with you. You're a brilliant woman and beautiful. And then, so I Miss My Wife is trending. I have no idea why, but I heard it was something Trump related. Who knows? And then there was a trans kid or a kid that was going to transition that committed suicide. And there's rumors going around on social media. I've personally seen it on Twitter. I've heard that it's on TikTok, but I don't know that it's on TikTok. It wasn't from a reliable source. It was from a tweet. The only place I looked was Twitter. Was that it was claimed that this person died by committing suicide with Benadryl and lethal dosage of Benadryl and Prozac. And of course, are you going to do this with me? Or?
I'm looking up the I Miss My Wife hashtag.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, and thank you. The Prozac. So the claim is that they would have to have taken an exorbitant amount of Benadryl and Prozac in order to kill themselves. And I don't know what the math is on Benadryl Prozac for suicide. Please don't kill yourself. And if you need to talk, just email me at maritalhate@gmail.com. I'm not a trained professional, but I will do my best to be a friend to you. In any case, people are saying that there's no way that would have killed them and blah, blah, blah. They're basically saying that he was unalived by some sort of conspiracy. While nothing surprises me in today's world, shut the fuck up. People just lost a loved one. People just lost a friend. They don't need your protection. They
Bull
don't
crap.
need your voice. They need you to shut the fuck up. If the family comes out and says it, that's one thing. I will be there to support them all day long. But everybody else, respect this person's legacy, respect their family, and shut the fuck up. Side note, Benadryl in the UK, you have to have a prescription over the counter in the United States. Take it twice before you take it. It can seriously damage your liver, and people try to kill themselves with it. Whether they're successful or not, I don't know.
Tracy says 988 is the suicide hotline if anybody needs it.
There you go.
I'm going to leave that
That's
up.
way more useful than me. 988. But
saying
again,
shut the fuck up.
maritalhate@gmail.com. I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
You can message me privately on Facebook, whatever. I don't sleep. Message me. So then the other hashtag we had. Did you find out I missed my wife?
There was all kinds of crazy stuff. They looked like there was a song about it.
Yeah, something starts trending. What happens is something hits and it starts trending, and everybody latches onto it.
How do we get
which is what
Perfectville
we're
to start trending?
I think we release it on TikTok. I need you to give me this album. I can do it. I just need you to give me the fucking album.
Jesus Christ.
For those of you who are not aware, the theme songs to our podcast, Perfectville, was written, performed, and recorded by yours truly,
Some dude.
my wonderful husband.
Some dude.
And it was written by my wonderful husband, and he is in the process of finishing up a record. The music is done finally, but you're working on the art.
Yeah, I do the art. I actually have a couple of the song arts done, which is actually really cool. I could show one. Would you like to preview?
I would like to
song?
preview and a clip of the song. I would like a preview of a clip of the song.
Hang on.
And we will look at the art.
Let's see if we can find this right here. I'll give you the album. Here we go. All right, so this is the song art, and the song is Redneck Graceland. It's a song about Elvis, and how Graceland is actually a poor person's version of what being rich is. Let's pull up a little. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
That is a sofa full of fleas for those of you who don't
Redneck
know.
Graceland.
And
Gun Rack Limousine.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's good. So that's Elvis's mugshot. He was not arrested, but he wanted a mugshot taken, and since it was taken by a municipality, it's actually royalty rights, not rights managed photo, like every picture of Elvis on the planet would be. So there you go. There's Redneck Graceland.
But they let him take his mugshot with sunglasses on?
Yeah. It was. They also let him take a gun to the White House.
Tracy said, "This is awesome. I like the song." Yeah, you're not getting out of buying an album.
I came up with a way to explain the album to people. It's like, I don't expect you to understand it. I don't expect you to like it, but I do expect you to buy it.
There you go. I think you will like it. I don't know. I think it's fantastic. It's got a little something for everybody, and like a little. I don't know. It's all like catchy, and you can like sing along to it, which is always really important to me. And I'm sure that musicians will appreciate the fact that my husband painstakingly re-recorded that shit about 9,000 fucking times.
Sounds great on the headphones.
Do you know that he never used the studio monitors that we bought?
I did.
Remember how he said on the podcast?
I did use them.
Like once?
I used them on occasion. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
In any case, the deal was that he could have them if he finished his album, but by the time I had the return period, and I was a softie, I enabled, and now the album is still not finished, and they're almost paid off. Anybody want to buy some studio monitors?
I guess I'm keeping them.
No, I'll take them to the fucking.
You know what? You will not.
You broke the deal.
I didn't agree to any deal. You said, this is what I'm doing. That's not how you make a deal. You make a deal and then you shake. Did we shake? No, we didn't shake.
You stood there I said, I will buy you these with the condition that you have the album finished by the time before the return period is over. And I have it on the podcast.
A lot of work.
All you need to do is some fucking coloring. Click, click, color, color. Click, click, color, color all day long.
Wow.
You could do that while you're sitting on the couch.
Gun rack limousine.
And then I would love to buy an album. Put it the fuck out already. Yes, Tracy.
God damn it. I already gave you a preview. I gave you a preview
Finish the
track.
fucking album.
Grateful.
Here's what's going to happen. If he doesn't finish the album soon, I'm just going to throw my own artwork on it, shit that I just fucking make up, and I'm going to release it. And people will be like, oh my God, I love the cover of that song. It's very different than the other
I don't even know if people are going to get or do you get just one? And I got to make a cover for the album, which has got to have my picture on it or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm telling you to use the picture of you were a little boy with your big old lips. That's amazing.
Maybe.
And then what? And then on the back of the record, you could have a picture of yourself or something.
Then and now. All right. What are you grateful for?
I was just making sure that
I'm grateful for my mild-tempered wife.
I still don't know if we went through tornado watch. There's a tornado watch. Be careful.
When?
Tornadoes are scary. Not here.
Oh.
Like.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Southern
somewhere
states
in the middle.
We're going to get some.
Somewhere in the middle. Josh Allen.
Is God.
Yeah,
he's omnipresent.
Didn't go to the Oscars. Did his lady friend go to the Oscars?
His lady friend went to the Oscars. She wore a terrific dress. I showed you the dress.
I don't really remember, but I will say this. When we did the Oscar clothing recap, we only did a couple of the outfits. We're going to have to finish that up at some point. You guys still interested in it? Let us know if you like doing that shit or not. And then over here, my final hashtag was hump day because it is hump day.
It is hump day.
Is it hump day because you're going to get over the hump, or is it hump because you're going to hump?
Well, it's tonight? A hump because Wednesday is as Aramaic for camel.
Oh, I think that's not the worst idea. Tracy says, I think you should be in a flamingo float with a guitar and sunglasses on.
That's not very punk.
I think it is very punk. And Jen up the street would take your picture if you asked her nicely.
What am I going to float around with a guitar?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
There's not really any floating songs on the thing.
It doesn't have to.
It needs to be representative.
It is representative. Here's the problem. He would insist on wearing a sweater so nobody could see his body, and pants so nobody could see his legs, and some sort of sock. So you would just be some idiot in the pool.
Listen, you're the one that puts cayenne pepper on your goddamn feet, not me. Putting baggies.
I'm going to put cayenne pepper on your balls if you don't shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Tracy says, I like the outfits. And she says, but it is paradise. It is paradise.
What? My balls? My balls are paradise.
I'm going to kill you, Tracy.
Knocking on
I'm going to be listening to this for the rest of my life.
Little known fact, Almost Paradise was written by one Eric Carmen, lead singer of the Raspberries, later had a solo hit with All By Myself, died this week at 74 years old.
Rest in peace, dead guy.
Terrific pop band, the Raspberries. Just huge. So anyways, he wrote Almost Paradise. So look at that. Eric Carmen, rest in peace.
Okay, so sorry, Eric Carmen. That you died. That sucks. We are going to do the gratitude now. We are so grateful for all the people that watch the podcast. It means so much to us that you come here and support us. Tracy, you're amazing. Daniel, Tom,
Little Tommy
Milmore, Pat Lawley, Pam Twyman.
Was there. A lot of people,
Daniel,
a lot of lurkers,
Tom, and then all of you lurkers.
A lot of lurkers out there lurking, waiting for some.
Hi.
Josh Allen news.
Check and see if anybody commented on Twitter.
You can see the moon. I don't know if you can see the moon over my head here.
When the
moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie.
That's not what I was going with, but you do it.
I don't think it's pizza pie. Is it big piece of pie or pizza pie?
Pizza pie. I just want to see if we have any TikTok, Twitter comments. It doesn't look as if we do.
Nobody cares enough.
No, nobody's commenting.
We're not
on
immediate
my
enough.
Maybe they're commenting on my personal Twitter.
Maybe you're getting DMs in your DM, whatever your DMs.
I've been trying to get dick DMs all day long. Nobody's giving them to me.
All day long.
No one ever gives them to me. Anyway, we're super thankful for although Submit Music Now and Sheila Katoon and Sandy Warren have all been liking my post. So I
Excellent.
appreciate you. Not tonight, but they have in the past. I'm thankful for Douglas.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for the beautiful Florida weather. I'm thankful my Jeep is running great. I'm grateful for the little group of church people and not church people. I'm thankful for the person that came in seeking something, and I feel like I kind of held his hand like a little bit. Let's see what else. I'm thankful for the delightful lunch and dinner we had. I'm thankful that there's some pancakes inside that I can eat because I have a little bit of the munchies. I am thankful for your penis, and I'm thankful that I didn't really herx that bad for my new medication. I took 2 of those pills today.
You were told to take 1.
She told me that
You don't listen.
no, I'm supposed to go up to 6 a day.
I know. She said take 1.
Yeah, she said. I said, "Can I wait?" And she said, "Yeah, but take 1." And so I took
And
one.
so what did you take?
I took 1.
You took 2.
I took 1. Then I
2.
was. You're not listening. I took 1. I was fine, and then the next day I took 2.
You took 1 yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So you're not lying to me. Like a liar.
Have you ever caught me lying to you?
Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
When?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I cheated at Wordle. I cheated at Wordle.
It's disappointing. All right. I will say
He was
this.
just being a brat about it, and I just.
I will say this. I'm grateful for an easy dinner.
And I feel bad about it.
I'm grateful
But not really.
that the boys are coming tomorrow. I'm grateful
me
for
too.
fantastic weather because the last time the boys came wasn't
Both
the best.
of them came. Nolan got
Wasn't the
fucking the
best.
worst weather. We did nothing the whole time he's
We
here.
did nothing, but we still had a good time. And then when Wes came, we had one day that was a complete washout. That was insane amount of rain. But Nolan got the 10. Was that the 10 inches of rain when Wes
It
was
just
here
rained
or
like
whatever?
a month. That was the day at Tesla and drove
That's
into
right.
a pond.
Yeah.
Tracy said I would not say any balls are paradise. She says I'm so grateful for my wife and the beautiful rock garden she created today. Oh my God, send me pictures. I am thankful for a stunning sunset tonight. I'm thankful for the meteor shower. I think you mean meteor shower tonight. And I'm super thankful for the septic being completed. I'm a little sad that the septic's completed. I had some bodies. I don't see any meteors showering, but we have a lot of light pollution, mostly our pool lights. I think it fucks up the birds. What else are you grateful for?
I said a bunch of stuff.
Did you say me?
I am always grateful for you, your beautiful hair, and a robot vacuum, titties, Comet. I'm grateful for Comet. It cleans like nobody's business, and it costs less than $1 for a small one.
I don't think that.
What else can you buy at a store that's less than $1? Nothing. Although I did with 7-Eleven, I bought some double mint gum the other day because this medicine I'm taking is gross. Double mint gum, 50 cents.
Didn't it used to be 25 cents?
Titties are 25 cents a piece. What are you doing?
I just wanted to look up something.
So that's it. It's now almost 10 o'clock per usual. 2 hours a day I have to sit out here and listen to you rant.
I don't even know what that even means.
It's a put down. It's a mild put down.
Why?
I have no idea.
Why would you put your wife down?
Because it's the marital hate thing to do. When we get on here, I fake hate you.
You don't fake hate me.
Isn't that the name of the show?
You're being cuckoo.
Okay.
I really wanted to look this up, but
what are you looking up?
I don't think Comet is a healthy product.
Yeah, what happened to 25 cents? Inflation. Thanks, Obama.
Do you know that Dollar Tree is closing over?
I saw that.
Stores?
But
it's that raising that shit to $1.25. It pissed people off. Did you
no.
raise your employees' wages 25%?
I will say this. There are so many Dollar Trees, dollar stores, like there's so many of them that they could close 1,000 of them. Nobody's even going to notice. That's my take on that. That's my marketing genius right there kicking in. That nobody's going to know. 1,000?
1,000 stores.
How many of those stores are in Cape Coral?
First of all,
within
I think there are literally 1,000 Dollar Trees in Cape Coral. My computer's shutting off.
Oh,
Dawn, can't tell you shit.
I'm grateful for that.
Can't tell you, but I don't know if comments.
Look at Keith's here.
Oh, look at that.
Saying truth.
Hashtag truth. about the Dollar Tree that there's a million of them.
Well,
to pay
just
for?
about everything we say he agrees with.
I wish you were here, Keith. You
Keith
should
is
come
a-
visit.
Keith-
and
yeah,
Sherry can
Keith should
visit.
come to Florida.
Should come
That'd
visit.
be good.
Do not bring the rat. No rats.
Is the rat still around?
We
'Cause
have a
it's
guy
been
that
like
gets
4 or
rid of
5
rats.
years since the rat was
They had
around.
one rat they lost.
They had a
but
rat
I
that
think that they
liked
might have gotten a new rat.
paper.
Say hi to is it Gordon?
Gordy.
Gordy, say
And
hi to
Sherry.
Gordy and Hector the booty inspector, poor Sherry. And yourselves. And we wish you were here. Doug would do karaoke with you, and hopefully I would feel better this time.
We'll throw you in the pool. We don't care.
I thought
rat died.
I seriously
Other was adopted away.
Oh,
Look at that.
so you have no rats.
So you're supplying rats to
you
the world.
Can come. We can send you home with some palm rats. People are dying to get rid of those shit.
Yeah, you could probably. I know we one of our frequent watchers, and we met her at the Bills bar.
Cheryl,
she would fly down here during the week and work, and fly back to Buffalo for the weekend, and then come back down, work, make a bunch of money from the snowbirds, and then back. So we know that there are flights that go up there that are affordable. Dollar Generals are huge, and a million here in Scrapney, Georgia. What is Scrapney? No, I thought tonight was barbecue potato chip, Georgia.
It's barbecue potato chip tonight.
They got another cat. Look at that, a fluffy cat. I'm allergic.
Bastard.
I'm allergic.
You definitely cannot bring a cat with you either.
What if it's a service cat?
You can bring your lady friend.
What if it's a service cat? Keith might need a service cat.
You cannot bring a service cat, but you can bring your lady friend. If she wants to pretend to be a furry, that's fine.
Well, see, I always said that Keith wasn't quite right, and he needed a service animal. Like even in the 60s, I was saying that.
I don't think you're supposed to say that somebody needs a service animal because they're not quite right. First of all. Second of all,
he's my cut. He's more blood relatives.
I'm definitely not right. And I definitely need a helper monkey, but no. Every time I want a helper monkey, he says
Keith,
no.
our viewer Tracy says that a fluffy bastard is a great name. He needs a service woman. Who doesn't really? You know, I mean, because when I can't service you, the woman can service you.
I'd rather have a dude service me. Can we get a service man?
No, God no. So, you know why? Because of a Me Too movement.
I don't even know what that means. What I do know is that if you ever have a pimple on your face, the e.l.f. Cosmetics,
I don't even see it. It's disappeared.
Palette, the corrector palette, you just dab a little green on it, then dab a little concealer on top. I have a cluster of 4 pimples right now.
It's called a cluster fuck.
You're not
what
seeing
that is.
them.
A cluster fuck of pimples.
I do not wear foundation. I do have a little highlighter on. Look here.
And normally I wear gold on the podcast.
Does not have his gold on, but I did
put
have
gold on me.
Cluster of pimples. And the problem is if we don't go in soon, I'm going to be too tired to wash my face, and I have an even bigger cluster of pimples. So I'm going inside. We love you guys. We will see you tomorrow with the boys.
Boys are coming. Be warned.
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
Now you know. Love you.
Oh, and Tracy is broken out. So go wash your face. That will